Hello, my name is Larry Lapides. I'm Vice President of Worldwide Sales for Imperas Software and part of the Imperas founding team. And I want to talk to you today about Imperas and joining us. So let's go. Let's have a quick overview of Imperas and then why you would want to work with us. So our founding story, our founding team has a background in electronic design automation tools and also FPGA and processor IP companies. Our founding vision was that embedded software development is ready to embrace simulation. So this is software simulation. And as in EDA, specialized tools and methodologies are required. And tools should be developed top-down, starting from these requirements. Today's focus at Imperas is on RISC-V, both on software simulation and also on design verification. For many of us in the founding team with a background not only in EDA, but specifically in design verification, this is a bit of a back to the future experience. Here's a quick overview of our environment for embedded software development, debug, and test. There are models for the virtual platform. These models are built with APIs that are supported by the simulator engine, and then there are tools that work with this. The key pieces here are the fast processor models. And we support not only RISC-V, but also architectures like ARM and MIPS. We actually support 15 different instruction set architectures. The simulator engine is the second key piece of technology. This is the fastest, the highest performance simulator on the market. This is typically running at about 500 million instructions per second. It also has the Slipstreamer API for building non-intrusive tools. And those tools, as I mentioned, the verification, analysis, and profiling tools, these include things like profiling and code coverage and tracing of instructions, variables of functions, OS-aware tools. There's quite a bit of capability there. And then we also have MPD, our multiprocessor debugger, which provides not only for source line debug of the processor, but also supports heterogeneous platforms and also supports introspection of the peripherals so that you can do driver peripheral co-debug. So that's the software side of things. What about the DV side of things? So here's our RISC-V processor DV flow. And there are three key pieces here. One is the RISC-V reference model. Imperas supports the whole range of the RISC-V specification. We have verification IP that goes with this that enables communication with the device under test and also synchronization and comparisons. This supports a full, actually asynchronous step and compare flow for DV of the most complex RISC-V processors. It also uses RBVI, the RISC-V verification interface, a new verification standard developed for RISC-V DV. If we look at our RISC-V customers and partners, there's actually a pretty extensive list. We see some of the top names in the RISC-V community here, organizations that have actually used RISC-V, not just for a proof of concept project, but actually put things in silicon. And then certainly we're an active participant with RISC-V International, and also we work with the processor IP vendors. Last, I'll point out that in addition to working with universities, we have a free RISC-V OVP Sim Plus product, a free instruction set simulator, and more than 100 different organizations are using this free simulator, either for software development or for DV. So let's talk about the top 11 reasons to join Imperas, because At Imperas, we always turn it up to 11. So starting with the first one, working for the leading company in the RISC-V ecosystem. So Imperas was a diamond or top level sponsor for the 2021 RISC-V Summit. We're again a diamond sponsor for the 2022 RISC-V Summit. We are the leading non-processor IP company in the RISC-V community. Second reason is learning about the complete RISC-V processor spectrum. The Imperas RISC-V models are configurable and support the full ratified specification plus stable versions of the other extensions. It's easy for users to extend the model to add custom instructions. So you're not going to see RISC-V just from one vendor's perspective or one company's perspective. With that customer list, with that list of partners, you're going to see the full spectrum of RISC-V implementations. Third reason, working remotely. Everybody says that now, and everybody's done it for the past few years. Our headquarters are near Oxford, England. We have people working in Silicon Valley, elsewhere in California, in Ottawa, in Edinburgh. We were spread out even before the pandemic, and our remote work processes are well established. This is just part of our culture. You can be your own boss. We're a small company. We have a very flat organizational chart. We value people that are self-starters and work well independently. You can raise your industry profile. In 2022, half of the Imperas employees will give presentations on RISC-V related topics at industry conferences and seminars, including Embedded World, DVCon, DAC, and the RISC-V Summit. Support of these events is actively encouraged within the company. You can see those presentations on our website. You can also see most of those on our YouTube channel. Sixth reason to join Imperas is to work for a small company. We're small, but actually we have a larger than life profile. We are a diamond sponsor. Everyone in the company contributes to supporting our key customers. This is everyone pulling together in a small company. It's a great culture, a great environment. Seventh reason is that we're not just a small company, we're a small self-funded company. There's no outside funding, no VC funding, no one looking over our shoulders. We're profitable, we're cash flow positive, we're funded by our continuing success with customers. You can work with proven entrepreneurs. The founding team averages 3.5 startups each. These startups have been successful not only from a business perspective, but the technologies that have been developed in these startups have outlasted the exits. The companies that we've started have developed technologies and were acquired for those technologies and not just for the people, not just for one or two key customers. This is an important thing in building companies. RISC-V is where the Imperas credibility and technology intersect with market opportunity. Next, you can expand your DV horizons. Processor DV is very different from SoC DV. And with the accelerating adoption of RISC-V, processor DV experience will get you a job with any company building SoC, because 5 years from now, every SoC will have at least one RISC-V core. If DV isn't your thing, maybe embedded software is. So learning more about embedded software is something else you can do with Imperas, because today's products are defined by software. As much as we love RISC-V and we can build domain-specific processors with RISC-V, it's the software that's running on those that defines the products that users see. At Imperas, we bridge the hardware and software with our tools and models. Last, you can help customers solve their critical next generation problems. By the way, did you see that list of users and partners? This is a who's who in high tech, and you can go and help solve their problems. So just to reiterate, we've got these 11 reasons for joining Imperas. Thank you. You can find us at imperas.com. You can also send questions to me, LarryL@imperas.com. Thank you very much.